Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of T.N.T. Garage and Performance. Well, today, amongst many other projects, we're going to do a little more work on the Challenger. Now before, when I put the hitch on, I had mentioned that I did a slide-in resonator delete and I also disabled the active exhaust. Just trying to free up some, free sound basically without doing any major modifications. And it's not bad, but I want something more. So today, we're putting a full exhaust on this thing. So we need to go get the first part of the exhaust. The other one got shipped here this morning. So I'll show you what that's all about here shortly, but let's get to it. Got the drop hitch Zilla in the Challenger hooked to the trailer. Kind of stupid. Alright guys, so here's the main part of what I went to pick up is this full takeoff exhaust catback off of the Challenger that someone had already put Flowmaster Super T.N.T in, which is a muffler I really like. I've used it on my Hemi Ram. I've had one on several second gen Rams with Magnum engines. Just a very good sounding muffler. Now, performance wise, when it comes to Flowmaster, they're probably not as good as a straight through muffler, like what the factory uses or anything like that. Maybe the flow isn't as good, but in my opinion, I think the sound is much better, much deeper, much richer, that gives you a good muscle car sound. And that's the main reason why I'm doing this. Everything else I did to the exhaust before, it sounds good, but it doesn't have that burly feeling that you get from an old muscle car. So, this still has the factory resonators on it, and it has the active exhaust flaps in it, which do move free and all that. But I also did order C&L's resonator delete kit. And these go in place of the pipes with the resonators and everything, and the factory tips go right back on them. And I got this kit through American Muscle, and I'll put the link down in the description if you want to go ahead and get it for yourself. Now, as far as the installation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the exhaust while I have it here on the floor and then put it in and connect it all together. But basically, if you're doing this in your car, it's done the same way, which you'll see when I pull the original exhaust off. But basically, when you're doing this in the car, you want to loosen your hangers, drop them down, get these off so you can get around here to cut. But I'm doing it on the floor. It's just easier, and I don't have to cut up the factory exhaust. So what I'm going to use is everyone's favorite death wheel, some masking tape, and a Sharpie marker to mark it out. Now the directions say, which I hardly ever read them, is you want to measure from the hanger 9.5 inches and make your cut. So once I figure out what I did with my tape measure that I had in my hand about 48 seconds ago, I will measure that up and cut it. Grab my Sharpie. Go ahead and measure 9.5 inches, which what they show, here's a little side here, what they show in the directions looks like the older model exhaust, not scat pack style. So what I'm going to do is just simply line these up on top of the factory resonators, making sure it's even, and we'll mark from there, because your hangers look to be in a little bit different location on scat pack style exhaust. So I'll make my mark, and I'll make it a little longer in case I need to trim it up. You can always cut more pipe. Without a welder, you can't add back to it. So those look pretty even on there. Now I'm just simply going to take some masking tape and wrap it around it so I have a nice straight line to cut by. Something like this, you kind of want to take your time, measure twice, cut once. There we go. Well, there we go. Now, I can pop those back off. We will bring the car in. There won't be a whole lot of room to work. Get it up in the air and get the factory exhaust dropped off of it. All right, we got the car up in the air. Like I said, not a whole lot of room, but we'll make her work. So the first step I'm going to do, lay down on this nice, cool concrete, seeing as it's 30 degrees out, and find the bolts for the hangers, which are right up there. I probably should turn my flash on for you guys, but I don't know how to do that. Anyway, there's bolts for the hangers up here next to the tip. And then you got your plug-ins for your active exhaust. There's a hanger right in front of it. And then from there forward, you just have your clamps. So I'm going to knock these down, and we'll get you set up and kind of see just how quick I get on the struggle bus here. Oh! All right, well, I remembered I had these flashlights I got for free along with a tarp last time I went to Harbor Freight. Word of advice, when you're checking out a new flashlight, don't point it directly in your retinas and turn it on, because I'm still seeing stars. All right, that looks like these are 13. Get that up in there. All right, yep, come on. There's one. Oh, get the second one. Now make sure when you pull these bolts out for the hangers to put them somewhere where you're absolutely sure to lose them. Now, quit shining that in your guys' face. I'm going to move you up. We're going to actually... Ow, I got a sliver. I might have to pull that out quick. Well, could you... There we go. Anyway, so I'm going to go forward, actually, and I'm going to loosen up the clamps that hold the X pipe to the down pipe. So I'll bring you along for that. Then we'll drop these hangers, and we'll continue doing the thing. Well, I can fit enough. At least I can reach. So now, these clamps from the down pipes into your X pipe are 15mm bolts. Should just loosen them right up. Yeah, there we go. Can I reach the other side and get crushed by the car? There we go. So now those are loose. We can go back, unplug our active exhaust, drop the hangers, and we should be able just to wiggle this exhaust right out and then figure out how to get it out from under the car. Yeah, we'll get to that. Oh God. Let's see if I can fit in this way. That way when the car falls, I'm completely under it, which is a benefit. All right, now, when you're back here, if you have active exhaust, first things first is to fight with the connector and unplug them. And here we go. It's like doing the worm, but in reverse. These are not fun one-handed. Let me tell you. There we go. Now, we can go ahead and pop our hangers off, which, if you have a hanger tool, great. If you don't, well, then you're going to, kind of like I'm going to. I know I've had these off once before, but I think I had a little assistance. Here we go. A little bit of schmutz on there. That'll help us. Now, you can unbolt these. And I guess I could unbolt those. 13 mil, I don't know. That's a long-winded bolt. I'm kind of lazy. Of course, then again, well, then you got the wires on the brass. Screw it. We'll just struggle with this for a bit. Just kind of get in there. There we go. There's one side. The nice thing is this will lay right on my chest. So I'm going to swing around, get behind the tire. So, you know, I don't have to fight the exhaust. Oh, God. Never thought you could walk with your butt cheeks, but here we are. Now. Yeah, come on. There. Now we just kind of do the shuffle here. There. I mean, there we go. Now, most people would go ahead and get the exhaust on, but us hot rodders, performance enthusiasts, you know who you are. Anytime you take the exhaust off of something, I mean, isn't it in the handbook that you gotta start it? Well, she's actually a lot quieter than I thought it would be, just off the cats. But now, let's, what are we going to do here? Well, we'll pull this exhaust back, and since we have the other exhaust kind of cut up and really not all that invasive, we're going to move you in and stuff the new exhaust on. So, there we go. We can kind of slide that in there. All right, this is the fun part. No, it's not. Okay, line it up. I got it on the down pipes. I should be able to come around back, lift it up, and shove it on. Oh yeah. Very nice. Now, we can go ahead and get our hangers set up here. We can tighten our clamps down on the front and just make sure, even though we're putting a factory exhaust-ish back on it, just make sure everything's going to clear your drive shaft, your heat shields, all of that, so you don't get errant rattles, because that'll really drive you crazy when you're doing exhaust. So we're going to go ahead, get to the front, and zip these down quick. There's my flashlight. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. All right, now that we got the front of the exhaust buttoned up, we can go ahead and put our resonator deletes on. Now what you want to do, comes with 2 band clamps. I think I threw the other one over there already. Slide it on your pipe, grab your hangers off your resonators, and go ahead and get them up in there. Then once you get them leveled out where you want them, you can snug everything down. But let's get this up in there. Kind of, there we go. Slide our mount on. Oh, That provides almost no light, so that's perfect. Go ahead, get your hanger in. Make sure you get her tight. There we go. So that's pretty simple. We'll go ahead and slam the other pipe on. All right. Try this again. Get tangled up in the old exhaust. Now, these are the style clamps you got, so you want to slide them onto your new pipe. And then get your pipe in place. Same thing as the other side. Grab the hanger. Grab your extension and bolt. Run her up in. There we go. Get that snug. Now what we can do is get our tips set up. So when you're pulling the factory tips off, there's a spot weld right there. You want to cut on this clamp because you want to get those clamps off. So I'm going to go ahead, zip that spot weld, blow them clamps off so I can have my tips back. that doesn't bother me as much because being a 6-speed, I can just put it in a different gear, keep it there, and not have to listen to it. Well, there you have it, guys. The install's all set up. I'm loving it. And, well, you can see this project, the checker, everything else I've got going on, including the little update on the big block that I purchased. So if you want to see any of that, go ahead and find me on Facebook at T.N.T. Garage and Performance, on Instagram at T.N.T. Garage and Performance, and of course here on YouTube. Now remember to like, share, and subscribe, any of the above or all of each. You do that, really helps me out, give you guys more content, and we can keep the ball rolling. So, well, I guess there's nothing else, but until next time, remember, if it ain't broke, fix it till it is. We'll see you soon.